All right, we are officially recording. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Hi, everyone. Happy January. Happy 2018. Happy 80-Day Obsession. Happy wherever you are right now. There's a lot of stuff going down in this company that's awesome. And so if you've been around for a while, hopefully you see that. If you're brand new, just be excited about it because, man, things have evolved. When I started coaching, it was DVDs. I have a bin full of DVDs, $1,000 worth of DVDs. And now we have Beachbody On Demand. Oh, Melissa, I saw your face light up like, wow. I know. And now they're worth about maybe $10. But this is good. I mean, where this company is going, they're staying with the times. And I'm so excited about 80-Day Obsession. This is the first program where you're not getting DVDs. Like, we are moving digital. Like, the stuff they're going to be able to do now and the stuff they're going to be able to offer, and they're getting so savvy about giving us coaches tools to really customize programs for challengers. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Really, what this whole Diamond Strong thing comes down to is customizing for the people you're working with. Because think about it. If you are going to go, like, we live in a world where we're constantly needing to buy stuff. And we want to go buy stuff for people that make us feel good about our buying decision, right? We always need to buy stuff. You're always going to want to buy from someone who makes you feel really good about your purchase. That is just, like, think about it. Go buy a car, go get a pair of glasses, whatever you need. People need health and fitness. They want to go to someone they know, they like, and they trust. That means they feel like you care about them. So being able to help our customers have kind of this, figure out their healthy formula by looking at 3 areas. What's their support system like right now? What's their nutrition like right now? What's their fitness like right now? Because those are 3 areas where we can help fill in the gaps. They might be great in one area, but they still need help somewhere else. Just because they rock their nutrition doesn't mean their fitness or their support's good. So being able to really, like, customize. So I'm getting way ahead of myself, but I saw you taking notes, so that's awesome. Where I want to start is with a presentation that I heard at the leadership retreat this past November from Milan Jensen. So you guys, Milan Jensen was a founding coach. What that means is when Carl had this idea of having this network of Beachbody coaches about 10 years ago maybe, they called this Milan lady because they knew her from the network marketing world. She had worked on the corporate end of network marketing and had also had some good results with, like, P90X or some kind of fitness program. And Milan said no like 6 times to Carl about this whole coaching thing. And I think her story goes that she went out and she met with them for a meeting and stuff like that, and they finally said yes. And now she's been a coach from the get-go. But she has a training called Diamond Strong. And so what I'm going to share tonight, this is all Milan. I can't take credit for any of it except the fact I loved it, and I totally agree, and I want to share it with you. So I know some of you, I've seen some of you on Zooms that she's done. You could YouTube and listen to her because she sounds even better than I'm going to sound about this. If you like this concept of coaching where Success Club is important. I love Success Club. I'm at 20 right now. It's important. Thanks to y'all. But what I care about more when I look at our downline is that volume, because volume to me means you're making an impact. Volume to me is you're continuing to build a residual income. Volume is coaches that feel like they're doing something that's worth it. Because we want, I want y'all to feel like this is worth it and it's not a waste of your time. Because this takes time, right? Like, you know, I was up at really early this morning and I'm up now doing a Zoom. It takes part of my time, but I feel like it's worth it. So I want you to feel like it's worth it. And if I see a consistent volume, I'm like, okay, they're being paid for what they're doing. They probably feel like they're making an impact. That's good. So just this idea of Diamond Strong, having teams where each person has strong volume. Okay. I feel like I just explained it before I even got to this presentation. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. Kim, I did it on my own. I feel like I usually ask Kim or Lindsay how to start the slideshow. Okay, so Diamond Strong really starts with this idea of a 500 PV coach. So remember, PV means personal volume. That is any volume from something you order and then any volume from a customer. So that just adds together basically any kind of activity happening under your account. Nikki, are you drinking Energized too? Sweet. Cheers. So having coaches have consistent 500 PV, it starts with you. And then as you start to bring coaches on your team, you want to be able to help them do that as well. So this really, it keeps your team strong. It keeps your team engaged. A 500 PV coach is rocking the 4 vital behaviors. And the cool thing about coaching is you have got to have yourself pretty much in check before you can actively coach someone else. So we have to hit that benchmark before we can actually go do something with that. And it doesn't mean perfect. It means like 75% of the time you got it together when it comes to your health, your nutrition. You know, if there's someone on your team not coaching right now, you start them with those 4 vitals. They're not doing something probably because something is lacking with either walking the walk, personal development, which is honestly like a lack of confidence because they're not having personal development. And then, so walking the walk, personal development, and inviting, not reaching out. So a 500 PV coach is doing that and then recognizing, you know, just more celebrating. So they're able to say like, hey, come do this with me. Instead of getting inside their head, sometimes we freeze with our invitations when it should just be simple and fun. Come do it with me. You know, you can do this too. And then they can ask, they can connect with the people that they're working with, like not just give them the logistics of here's what you're going to get, here's what you're going to buy, here's when you start, but tell me, like, why do you want to do this? What will be different in your life if you finish this program 21 days from now? Like, stop and ask those questions, because you know what, you guys, in the long run, those are the kind of questions that build residual income. If you don't stop to have those kind of conversations and really listen and put yourself in that person's shoes, then your chances of them sticking around are less. So I do communications full-time at Bay Athletic Club, and I just had a horrible customer service experience with someone from the newspaper. So we constantly are going through ad reps, and she reached out to me. She called, she basically hounded me. And when she got a hold of me, she says, brand new lady I've never met, and just said, oh, the ad for the health and fitness tab is due in 24 hours. I'm not sure if you still want in it or not. Never introduced herself, never, hey, this is my story, what's your story? None of that. And then it went bad. And of course I told her I was disappointed in it, but in a nice way. And what I realized is she never put herself in my shoes. Like, she could have just cared about seeing it through her customer's eyes. And my last emails to her was, hey, I'm getting the feeling you don't always put yourself in your customer's shoes. Here's how this would have been great for me. Here's your ad. It was bad. And it made me realize that customer service matters. Nowadays, people want to go where they are spoiled. And as coaches, we want to spoil them. So get to know them. And I talked about this. You have to find their healthy formula. Okay, so talk about those 3 areas. You guys, those are the 3 areas we offer: fitness, nutrition, and support. That's really what this company, like, I think Akara was explaining it. He's like, that's the circle. Like, that is what sets us apart from just a patch or a drink or a pill. Like, it's all there. And helping someone. So talking about those things. If you have someone who loves CrossFit, awesome. You have to acknowledge, hey, in our conversations, it's clear that you have a real passion for CrossFit, but that your nutrition, you know, some help. I can help you with that. You know, maybe you talk about options with them. I was just talking to Sandra about this today. She has someone who loves going to the gym, or I think it was you, Sandra. And I was like, acknowledge that. And the woman wants to get Shakeology. I was like, great. Here's what I would do. I'd say, I'm so glad you're going to try this out for nutrition. It's really going to help you, because you always want to be validating. You always want to continue to put the vision out there. Like, say again, I know this is going to help you with those late afternoon cravings, whatever it is specific to them. And just say, I wanted to share 2 different options for you, the way you could get this. Option 1, of course, you can do just the Shakeology. It's $130. You can choose different flavors. Option 2, I want to make sure you know about this special called the Challenge Pack that combines a great fitness option and Shakeology together to discount. I know that you love going to the gym, and I know that you love running. Acknowledge that, so they know you listen to them, because people want you to talk about them. People want you to say their name. It makes people feel good, and they want to work with you when they feel like you are paying attention to them, because we are. And so acknowledge that stuff and just say, I know you've got your fitness down, but I also am betting that you kind of love having access to it anytime. So I wanted to make sure you knew about this deal, and quickly explain BOD and be like, it's $99 for a year, but you can get it for $30 with this. Just wanted to make sure you knew about this deal in case you could see yourself using this in the future. They're going to be like, heck yeah, thank you. I'm going on vacation. Like, I'm going to need this here and there. Chances are. So knowing that healthy formula, really knowing them, and a 500 PV coach is, they're not just a coach, they're building friendships, they're building trust, they're continuing to connect. I have challengers, especially my new ones, they're not just in my group, and that's our touch point. They're there, and I'm also trying to text them like every other day, just a quick, even if it's like, I saw their post and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so funny that you still managed to get your workout in even after your day was crazy. Proud of you. Just something like that. Like, that is nurturing. That's 212 degrees. Have you ever heard that book? There's a really easy, fun, quick book called 212 Degrees that says water's just hot at 211 degrees, and at 212 it boils. Like, that 1 degree makes a massive difference. And so like 30 seconds more to be able to text your customer makes a massive difference. I'm so passionate about this one. Product and company confidence. So you've got to believe in yourself, but you have to believe in what Beachbody does, what they make, what they stand for, and continuing to help your challengers and your team realize that too. Because people will not always just stay on Shakeology for life because they bought it once. People buy it sometimes, I think, because they know they should, or they feel like they should, but they don't really understand the value yet. So we can continue to educate them. I would definitely work this into your groups if possible. If you're doing posts about nutrition, talk about, hey, good news, Shakeology is already helping you with this. Or talk about, have you heard that there's adaptogens in Shakeology? Let me tell you what that does. Like, help educate them in Shakeology in the group. If they talk about, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've gone 5 days without eating chocolate. Awesome. I know this group is helping you. The willpower always pushes you. And man, Shakeology helps fill in the gaps in your nutrition, so your body's probably giving you way less like crazy cravings. Help them, not just a high five. If you go that extra degree and help them connect how Shakeology helps them connect how energy's showing up, that is when they're like connecting themselves and like, oh my gosh, this is why I feel so good. In my challenge groups lately, I've been doing this a ton. I have people like saying, I haven't drank Shakeology this consistently ever in my life. I love it. It's helping so much. Like, they get it. We want them to get the appreciation we have for Shakeology. Even if they're not a coach, they'll probably likely be a coach in the future. Okay. So I feel like this is kind of covered. The 500 PV coach, their mindset, they're creating raving customers. You do that by continually reminding them of the value of being in your group. You do that by giving them that extra degree of service. And you do a good job on the customer end, you're going to end up with way more amazing coaches who are going to feel like this is an easier process versus being in an MLM where they're making recruiting calls, where they're just creating more raving fans. Helping your customers start to influence, you can tag them in posts, ask for permission to cheer them on, help them create their own post about their results. Like, make that a post one day, just asking them who's noticing you in your life, lots of different things. And create revenue per customer. So, a lot of times inviting them to bring a friend. You can do a buddy up challenge. Reaching out to people that they've mentioned would love to do this too if they don't want to do it themselves. And so just continuing that healthy formula solution, fitness that's fun, nutrition that's simple, and a community or a coach. Some people don't want to be in the challenge group. That's fine. Doesn't have to be the answer for everyone. Maybe they just want to text once a week. Sweet. That's easy. The activity that a 500 PV coach is generally doing is kind of knowing who you're talking to. You're not talking to everyone anymore. You know, I know that I always want to work with women, and I love to work with people who already love fitness and just want to find a way to be to be better in their nutrition without feeling restrictive. That was a fun conversation I just had today in my 80-day challenge group. I was like, everyone was freaking out. I'm like, okay, here's Sarah's theory on 80-day obsession food guide, because it varies. Some people love that structure and some people don't. You're treating your social media kind of as your own website, like your own magazine, and you're providing value and you're showing up consistently on social media. Creating raving fans, probably starting to get referrals because you're creating raving fans. You could ask them to buddy up, tell their stories, and you could also offer incentives. So much you could do. You could be like, hey, you know, I want to help more people feel like you guys feel. Whoever can invite someone to my free, or invite people to my free group for an Energize package or whatever you might want to do, like just make it fun. They're running challenge groups, maybe free groups, special interest groups, VIP customer groups. And a VIP customer group, I used to do that back in the day. I just had an ongoing group that I just added new customers to. And there's so much you can do. Make it fit you. Here's the thing. If you are excited about it and you think it's fun, it's going to rock. You just need to go where you can bring the fun, because you know what? You communicate it better. You have more energy when you communicate it. And people, when you have that, people want to do what you're doing, right? Okay, so some different ideas. These are from Milan. To get to a 500 PV, so you could apply this for yourself to 500 or higher. Of course, we always want to keep growing past 500, but if you could make a goal of getting people on your team to 500, everyone's going to feel like they're getting something out of this. Teach them about this healthy formula. How do you take your people and cater it to them and look at those different things? So ask, what's your favorite way to get exercise? How's your nutrition or diet been? Do you have a buddy or support system? Those could be great questions to ask. I never ask, who's your support system? Because I talk to a whole bunch of fun runner chicks who are very intimidating to ask or invite to a challenge because I assume they're super fit. But I always liked running and my nutrition sucked. Like, I shouldn't assume that. And I didn't have a healthy support system. You know, I wasn't listening to personal development. I was listening to Kelly Clarkson over and over on my Discman that did not skip when I started running. So that could be a different way to come at it. You know, who supports you in this? Cool. Idea number 2. I'm just going to pause. How do I get out of here? Manage. If you are unmuted, you might want to mute yourself. Okay, maybe kind of. How do I go back? There we go. Figured it out. So Challenge Pack is obviously our best deal for people, especially if they need all 3. Most people generally need some help in all 3 areas of that healthy formula. So I think a lot of us are super familiar with Challenge Packs, and that's going to help our personal PV. Getting to 500 PV, and that's what, looking at your team cycle bonus, you want everyone, when you look down that sponsorship drill down, to be a 500 PV. Keep in mind, if you do a great job with that person on the Challenge Pack and you keep them going on Shakeology, that becomes higher PV that next month. So just, you know, a great thing to do. People want to know you're thinking of them. I know Beachbody sends an email to remind them that they're about to get another shipment of something. But how many times do people not see Beachbody emails? You know, like, or who knows, this might be going to their junk. I know that Beachbody email goes out 8 days before it ships again. So whenever I have someone order, say someone orders today on the 17th, I would go to February 17th and go back 10 days So to February 7th, and I would be like, touch base with Karen Ann on Shakeology HD. And I'll send Karen, like, we're probably already talking. I'll just be like, heads up, you're going to get an email from Beachbody the next 2 days about your shipment. You can change flavors, you can delay, you can leave as is. I just want you to be on the lookout for it. And they so appreciate it. And that's much better when they're ready for it. They feel like you are looking out for them. People don't like it when they're not expecting money to be taken out. So even though Beachbody does it, it means so much more if it comes from you. And then idea number 3, ask friends and family for support. This could totally work. This is not my style. This is one of Milan's slides, but what the heck? I mean, it works for some people. Ask people for their support, their feedback. Are they willing to try any of these products? There's so many different things that you can get great volume for. So being aware of all the different products so you can really help be specific when you're helping someone's healthy formula come together is going to just serve you better. And there's some tools for that coming up that I love that Milan created. And I was like, I'm taking these. Okay, so now we're getting more to the Diamond Strong. So goal number 1, be a 500 PV coach ourselves, because your costs are being covered. You're making an impact. You're on the path to having your income grow and grow and grow. And then the Diamond Strong comes with building a tribe of emeralds and teaching them the same thing. So Milan really says that emerald is kind of the keystone to this whole business. A lot of times we put a lot of focus on diamond, and diamond's awesome, but you want to get to emerald and you want to teach other people to get to emerald, because then you get even more out of this business. You get to have leads, you get to start having bonuses, and it's really where the business kind of shifts from just you to us. And look what we can do together. This team running together. So she said the simple plan is to get to emerald and help other people get their people to emerald, and so on. It's not what they can do individually, it's about what you can do together. And I just thought, I thought this was cool at leadership when she kind of broke this down, because maybe you guys have heard me talk about cubic zirconias, meaning, so a cubic zirconia, when I talk about it, is a diamond that is faulty. And it's not as valuable as we often think a diamond should be or is, and stuff like that. So we want to avoid being this cubic zirconia business where it's way more fragile. And I talk about that because I was a cubic zirconia for a long time. And so this is kind of her version with Diamond Strong. So she talks about, here's an example. If you were to build an emerald tribe, that's what they call them. So everyone's 500 PV. She's just using that number for the math, and you're building a tribe of emeralds, emeralds. I can't talk when I say that. And so she was just breaking it down of how this could compound. So you have 15 coaches. She's got the different volumes happening, and that could equal, $500 or $450 a month for a coach. That's awesome. That covers your cost and gives you more. And you feel like you're making an impact. Just that value of having these emeralds. So this 25% right here, that's your own commission. If you have 500 PV, you're making at least $125 in commission that month. And then if you had an emerald tribe where you taught your people to also be emerald and, helped them with that, you would have a team cycle bonus of $322 at least in that month as well. So that'd be awesome. I think a lot of people would probably find more fun in this and keep going if they were getting something back. So just that simple act of getting people to emerald could really kind of change this business for so many people. Okay, so the classic diamond is what she calls it. This is what I was calling a cubic zirconia. So you have your 8 people. Remember, you need 8 people to be diamond. 1 on each side has to be emerald. So this is what I see a lot, and this is what I was. It was a lot of people on just their own order. They hadn't reached out to anyone. They didn't have maybe 6 customers. Usually 500 PV is around 5 and 6 customers that they shared this with. And so look, this is so fragile. If anyone had a return or anyone skipped a month or any of that stuff, you're going to drop diamond. And volume for the whole month is around 1080. And what that equals is $54 a month. Don't you feel like, I feel like I've talked to people sometimes who get to Diamond and they're like, I thought I'd be making more. And listen, it's not all about money in this, but we're putting our time in and our effort in. And the money makes us, it's what we deserve. We're definitely giving people a service, and you should be paid for what you do. So $54 after working to Diamond is something that I would love to see all of us avoid and push past. So as you can see in the slide, not that much. Let's change it now to everyone hitting 500. If you had helped everyone focus on that volume, Success Club is still important, but if we could continue to help people focus on keeping customers, building residual income, continuing to get them results, this could change. And so, so you've got your $125 in commission because you're going to have at least 500 PV. And then the same thing is happening beneath you. You're going to cycle at least 20 times. As a Diamond coach, you earn $18 per cycle. Remember that team volume bonus cycle is a bonus for helping mentor your team. So you're going to get $360. You're going to end up with $485 in a month at least. So a big change from $54 just by helping people. So think, even if you started, if it was 300, the next month it might be 390, and then it might be more. Like, this can easily go up with just tiny steps forward. This can happen so easily with just small amounts of consistency, okay? So consistency is a step. It doesn't have to be like, I need to send 8 invitations today, and you send 10 invitations today. You can do that for sure, but maybe you send 2 invitations, 1 invitation. You're consistently showing up. Okay, whoa. Sorry about that, friends. Diamond Strong. This is, oh shoot, play from start. Diamond Strong is what Milan showed us was the ultimate goal. So you've hit the 500 PV, and now you're at a point where you continue growing and you have emeralds underneath you that are tribes. So that emerald tribe was generating 7,500 volume points. Say all your emeralds, because over time, if you do this and you help people do this, it's going to compound, the compound effect. And you have all these emerald tribes and all that volume coming, and people, this is being duplicated, so other people are getting it too. Like, there's no shortage here. And so now you're going to get $3,600 a month. How awesome would that be? Just by helping people have these more successful emerald tribes, helping at least a handful of people. If you have 12 emeralds in that tribe, that could go up to 5,400. She put that in there because she says if you're going to be a Diamond Strong, she always suggests to have 6 on each side, just so you have a little bit of cushioning there versus just 4. Okay, so one more quick review. The Classic Diamond, they might be making as little as $54 a month. Up here as an emerald, you can be making way more. A Classic Diamond with 500 PV can get up closer to 500, and then Diamond Strong, so really duplicating that, helping other people with their volume, is going to be closer to 4,000, which is awesome. Okay, healthy plan. I don't know why I'm holding up. You see it. So this is that healthy formula. This could be a tool that you just kind of reference when you're looking at your challengers, and even maybe turning in some of these things into questions. Say they need, I could really use some support. Great. In the past, which ways have you felt supported the best? And they say something, you could be like, okay, do you like the idea of using an app to check in, or would you want one-on-one support? If someone needs a fix with their nutrition, Shakeology is awesome, but maybe they're like, someone is like, no, I need some results right now. You could be like, why don't you try the 3-day refresh with Shakeology? And that's going to give you a jump start, and then we can talk about the plan to keep it going. We've got a lot of tools at our disposal. And one of the things I love too is just knowing other things like our performance line, healthy digestion. I'm doing the reset right now, day 18, and there's a lot of supplements in there that you can take anytime. So Soothe is like turmeric, which helps with inflammation in your body. We take it each night, that could be something that people could continue to take. If they struggle a lot with digestion or not sleeping really great, you could be like, hey, why don't you try Soothe for a month and see if it starts to help. It's turmeric, which is great for your body to just bring down inflammation and calm everything down. Looking at the Boost, Power Greens in our reset group right now, people are like, okay, I think I want to keep going with Power Greens. Even though in Shakeology, they now know the value of that. You know, say someone eats no vegetables at all, or they're not getting like any raw vegetables, you could really say, hey, I know you're doing Shakeology. That's great. That's filling in a lot, but you're still not getting a lot of raw vegetables. Why don't you try Power Greens and see if this starts to help you, you know, with your immune system, with your alkalinity and that kind of stuff. Being able to educate people on the stuff that happens in your body, it helps us to learn that. I definitely recommend reading Super Life, listening to the Inside Shakeology podcast, because it's not just education on Shakeology, it's like education on nutrition. So you can talk more confidently about this stuff, and people trust you and they want to know what you're doing and what's going to help them. So Milan made this for her team with some different ideas in different areas of PV. If you are trying to get that 500 goal or help people on your team do that. So, yay. Good, you're all still here. I could see 3 of you. You all could have left. I would have had no idea. I'm going to share the 7 tips from Darren Hardy. Cool? I don't know if there's any questions. Okay. I know that was a lot of technical stuff. And all you got to know really is healthy formula. Help your people there. It'll be game changing if you take some extra time with them. They're going to end up with better results. You're going to end up with better business results, and you're going to have a heck of a lot more fun, because it doesn't feel good to lose people, right? It always is going to happen, but you're going to lose less people. You're going to have less people quit, which just makes you feel better as a coach. Okay, notebook. So 7 strategies for building a cult. This was Darren Hardy's title, not mine. So he said, cult just meaning people want to be a part of what you do. Okay, so we're making a fun, fitness, awesome, healthy, positive cult. You can use a different word if you like. So he said, tip number 1 is white knight. White knight. He said, the higher purpose you have, he said, the higher purpose, comma, you have a mission and are with a company, or you're with something that you believe in. You can really stand with it. You feel like you're willing to shout out for your mission. I definitely feel that way about Beachbody. I want to end the trend of obesity. I want to help people get healthier. I definitely can't have any argument against why we shouldn't be healthier. So I definitely feel like it is a white knight type of thing. He talked about iPhone commercials that show like more emotion. You know, they're not just advertising their phone, but they're talking about like, you know, ones that are showing people FaceTiming with like someone who's overseas in the army or something like that. Like this iPhone is kind of being portrayed as this white knight device, like helping with something really full of like heart and integrity and love and all that kind of stuff. So number 1 is having this white knight connection, higher purpose. Number 2 is social consciousness. He said, having a point of view, standing against something, having some kind of battle cry. If you are with us in our fight, something like that, or against us, come join us. So actually having a point of view, not being scared to take a stand on something. I think that this is something that I can get better at, and probably a lot of us. I get scared sometimes to offend people, whatever. I really do think soda should be outlawed. Can I go there? Is this a group where I can say that kind of stuff? It's crazy to me. Like, I really think, like, someone document it. Like, I think 20 years from now, soda will be treated like cigarettes are. You know, think about it. Like, people used to smoke in airplanes. People used to smoke in airplanes. Like, when I moved to Alpena, people were still smoking in restaurants. And now it's so taboo to smoke. And I think 20 years from now, it's going to be taboo to drink soda. and it's going to be regulated by the government. I mean, I think it should. It's crazy how acidic it is, the sugar, the chemicals, like, whew. I got sidetracked. Anyways, I don't get that bold on social media about soda, but I should because I believe in it. Like, so basically, listen, you don't have to go start social media riots, but have something that you are passionate about, and have a point of view, and don't just always be like, okay. So what is that? Like childhood obesity, that fires me up too. I can't even go there. Okay. He said, who are our visible opponents? Technology, busy schedules, medication. I love that. So when we were talking about this at Bay Athletic Club in our marketing, and one of the questions that Darren said is ask yourself, who are our visible opponents? And what I wrote down for Bay Athletic Club was technology. You know, people are on the couch watching TV. People are too busy to work out. They don't schedule it in. People are on medication. Like, those are the things we're fighting against. You know, we're fighting against unhealthy habits, unhealthy societies, closed mindsets, lack of education. Okay. Number 3 is beat the drum. Make them feel pride to be in your tribe. So, I mean, these all kind of overlap. You've got that battle cry, but then make your tribe feel that pride. I think Beachbody does a great job with that for us. His example was a Nike commercial where there was a Nike commercial where a guy didn't have any legs, but they were showing him doing a bunch of stuff and people were talking about excuses, and the guy goes, no legs. And then he goes and does it. And so, like, it's a Nike commercial, but you're just like, that's badass. Like, that's awesome. That's what I'm part of. Like, you subconsciously feel like you're part of that when you wear Nikes. Maybe. I wear Nikes. But just having that vision. Remember, vision leaks. If you can continue to share the vision, even in your challenge groups. You know, if, like, I'm going to do a challenge group in February called 12 Days of Self-Love, and it's based on the monk who sold his Ferrari. There's 10 rituals for life in there. I think it's so easy to take books you love and turn them into challenge groups, you guys. People love it. They love to hear that stuff. But reminding them in that group, like, hey, at the beginning of this group, remember the goal was for you to be consistent with your health and fitness, but for you to make time for yourself to go through these lessons 15 minutes a day so you can really figure out where you're at and where you want to improve. Like, continue to share the vision in those groups. Every morning I've been doing a video in our Ultimate Reset group and reading to them from Super Life, some stuff. And I'm always stopping and pausing and be like, hey, you're on this. Remember, you're already doing this. You signed up because you felt this way and you wanted to go here. Continuing to share that vision. Number 4 is belonging to the organization makes them feel special. So like swagger, make it cool to be a part of. We've got a whole bunch of swag, right? I'm wearing some right now. We can wear it. We can hashtag it. There's a bunch of fun stuff. Just make it a fun club to be a part of one way or another. What else did I write down here? The identity makes them feel included. He talked about, you know, like Lululemon's brand or Harley's, like people are into Harley's. They build a community. For Bay Athletic Club, our hashtag is BAC Proud. So we use that a lot with members and stuff like that. Number 5 is called Aikido. So it's a Taekwondo move, and it basically means helping flip fear and angst. So helping flip fear and angst. So basically, when you have opposing energy coming at you, turn it into good, okay? I can think of the perfect example, and like Julianne and Sarah and so many of you, you have those objections coming at you, and you turn it into a post. You turn it into something to share. Like, that is like a social media form of Aikido. Okay. So like in Taekwondo, I think it's like they use the opponent coming at them. They use their energy to take them down. Cool. So that's number 5. Because if you're in a cult, like just the term cult has like a that kind of vibe to it, you're going to have people who are like, oh, you're one of those Beachbody coaches. Oh, you're one of those healthy people. That's my favorite. What does that mean? Like, is that a compliment? You're one of those healthy people. I'm just going to start saying thank you. Oh, has anyone had that said to you? You're one of those healthy people. God, that cracks me up. Flip it. Take it and flip it and turn it into something good. I love that. The guru strategy. This is number 6. Number 4. I randomly looked up, Samantha. Belonging to your organization makes them feel special. So make it like cool to be a part of it. Number 5 was a Cato. Number 6 is the guru strategy. Selling yourself as the expert. You guys, this should be like, done. We got this. And if you do not feel confident in that area, I want you to just pick something. You don't have to be confident in every single product, but I'm a guru at the ultimate reset because I've done it so many times and I love it. And I feel like a guru. Like you need to have something where you feel so confident in it. Sandra, I think she's on here. She's like the guru at the 21-day fix. I'm not going near the 21-day fix, but she's the guru there. So rock your strength. Selling yourself as the expert. People want to be told what to do and trust who you are. Yes. Why should someone trust that you know what to do? So highlight the stuff you do. Talk about someone you've helped through what you've done. Explain it in a message. If I'm talking to someone about Shakeology, it could be like, hey, I get that you probably have a lot of questions. I did too when I first started. Let me share. I've been drinking this for 7 years now. I've helped a lot of people have success with it. And I don't know. This isn't my best answer right now, but give a little quick explanation of who you are. If they don't know your story, give a quick little explanation about, I've been on this journey for a year and it's helped me lose, Jackie, you could be like, I turned 40 and I'm in the best shape of my life and have flatter abs than I ever thought. Like this works. Like just sometimes you can present information where it's just like, this works. And you set it up in a way where why would they ever question it? The way that you set that up could be like, sometimes I'll say things in a post where I'm like, oh, I feel like someone might debate this. And I can be like, real food is things that grew from the earth or used to run, fly, or swim. There's no argument about that, period. I think we can all agree there's too much junk food out there, period. It's just, I'm almost telling them like, there's no argument, or we can all agree. I know you can agree with that. Like kind of those kind of sentences in there to just be like, boom, of course you agree. I'm the expert here. Number 7. Oh, one more thing on the guru strategy. This could be a good question to ask yourself. What is it that I know that helps them? I feel like I just had 8 different things pop in my head. So pick one. Sometimes we have to tell ourselves to just keep it simple, because if you can't keep it simple, you're not going to communicate it simple, and people don't want to do things that aren't simple. So just write down simple if you missed all that. But what is it that I know that helps them? So the first thing that popped in my head is, I know how to be healthy without feeling restrictive. And that's really, if you're going to ask me who I want to help, that's what I would say. I want to help people who want to be healthy without feeling restricted. But you might be like, I know how to make fitness work with a busy schedule. Or I know how to rock my prep so I don't get stuck in front of a vending machine all week. What is it that you know that's going to help the guru strategy? And you can say that. This is what I don't know at all, but this is what I know and I have figured out, and this is how I can help you. Last one, creating a love fest. How can we do more love bombing on our members is what I wrote down. How can we fall in love with our members more than our offerings? Yes. So more love bombing on your clients. honestly. Like, how can you have your clients fall in love more with what you offer, more in love with you? You know, recognition, you know, shooting them a quick text, continuing to add PSs, not just business, but life. You know, at the club, when when we know people's names, they're just like, they love it. And when we stop to talk to them, or we can ask them how they did in that last class, like just those conversations make people love it. Because I've been to a lot of clubs where they never, like, I remember I did an appointment, my Getting Started Right appointment with this woman, and she spent 45 minutes with me and she never said hi to me again, ever. I just went on the treadmill and watched America's Next Top Model while I ran, and then I left. There's no connection there. So at our club, we have a ton of connection because we take extra time to talk. And you can do that same thing virtually. You know, if you're checking in with your people, if you've got it in a routine every Thursday, you know, you make sure you've talked to people if you haven't talked to them already. And it's like, P.S., I know last time we talked, you were getting ready to go visit your family. How was that? How did it go? You know, P.S., there's a snowstorm here this week. I'm getting a ton of my family. Like adding part of your life. I talk about that a lot. Like it is good to want to know about them, but it's good to share a little bit of your life too, because you want them to like you, to know you, to feel like they're a part of that. He said, think about the things we gift and give to our members. Put all your marketing dollars into recognizing members. Put many towards people who love you. So in business, 80%, what's the stat? It's like it's some crazy high number of all your sales come from the people who already love you. So even the people who might be in your group right now, maybe you gave them an awesome experience with Clean Week, and they continue and they're going to buy a challenge pack and do your next group. And then 80-day obsession comes out and they're like, I'm going to get a completion pack, because they already love you. They trust you. They want to keep showing up for what it is that you're offering. Cool. So I like this idea of put all your marketing dollars into recognizing members. So he's talking to people with like marketing budgets, you know, newspaper ads, things like that. But it's like, that's just a switch. Instead of talking about your group, how they can work with you, if you put all your efforts into recognizing the people you worked with to tell your story, like telling the story of this person, they did this and are joining me in this next group. Do you want to join me too? Like that might be a different way to go about advertising your challenge, instead of talking about, oh, I fell off the wagon. I'm so sick of all this pizza. I'm putting an end to it. Clean Week. Who wants to join me? You know, that's kind of a typical post. I've done those too. But being able to flip it like, this is, you know, I could be like, this is my friend Ashley. She's 30 pounds lighter and she started in this. Not only did it help reshape her body, it helped pull her out of depression after losing her mother. You know, she's joining me in this group. Who wants to join me here? That might just be a different way to go about it by telling the story. That's all I got. Yay. Any questions?
Hey, Sarah, it's Tammy.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi. I just wanted to, I mean, I know obviously it doesn't matter probably, but maybe it does. But when you're talking about the $500 personal volume, is that like your goal per week or per month, or what is that figure?
That is per month.
Okay. And then when someone is buying just a Beachbody on demand, like they're not ready to do the shake, but they want the fitness, is there volume for that?
Yeah, 38 is the all access Beachbody on demand.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, there's going to be a commission and a volume on everything, which is cool.
Sweet.
Yeah. I got one more thing here that I found in my notes that I kind of liked. So he said, this is again for like more brick and mortar businesses. He said 80% of your clients are satisfied, 5% are thrilled, 15% are unhappy, actively working against you. He said, too many businesses spend too much time on the dramatic and too many resources wasted there. He said, your business will be 9 times more valuable if you move more people to be thrilled. So remember, 80% are here, 5% are thrilled. So if you can move more people from that 80% to thrilled, that's where you should focus instead of the drama. This person dropped off. This person didn't stick it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I focused on that too much. And it's made me feel like a bad coach to think about the people who drop off. And I'm always telling myself, like, that is on them. Like, I showed up. Like, I delivered. That's on them. We just have to remind ourselves that if we show up and deliver, we get to feel awesome about what we did. The rest is on them. But if we can take more of these people who are like, kind of like chugging along and take them to like running and leaping and making them thrilled, like the impact of that on our business, on our, like how we feel as a coach will be huge. So he said, your biz will be 9 times more valuable. And that's financially and emotionally if you move more people to be thrilled. You can't fix the unhappy. Amen. Taking the neutral to thrilled is possible and huge. I'm just going to put that on the banner on our team page. You can't fix the unhappy. Taking the neutral to thrilled is huge. People have to find a little bit of happy before they can really become thrilled in a group. They can be neutral somewhere else. They can never tell anyone about you if they are. So he said, who is my top 5%? Who are you thrilled right now? What's the difference there? And who are your neutral right now that you could hopefully push up to thrilled? There's so much gold in here. I definitely never suggest a notebook like this. Like, this is the worst notebook ever for taking notes. Like, anyways. Yay. Okay, I hope that helped. Yay. Aw, thank you, whoever sent me that nice message. Any other questions? I'm so happy you were all on. I hope you got some stuff out of this that you can apply. You know, remember, it's not about applying it all. It's like the goal is apply one thing and take a step forward, because it's impossible to apply it all. So just learn and take one, and when you've got that one mastered, you'll be able to take another one. Cool. I did post this healthy formula document and the PB document in the event page, and I'll post a link to one of Milan's videos. If you do want to watch Milan, like I said, she does rock this a lot better. Or if you found that 500 PB stuff interesting, but it just needs to soak in more, that'll be good. So, all right. Yay. Thanks for the smiles. Should we take a picture? Freeland, let me see your face. Yay, Peggy. Oh, I called you out. Okay, I just needed more faces on the screen. Okay, ready? 3. Oh, yay, Tammy. 3, 2, 1. Keep smiling. I did it. Ah! Okay, done. Thank you all. Have an awesome night. And if you ever need anything, reach out. All right, bye, friends.